ever buy into a trend and then regret it a month later? Yeah, same. Haven't we all? Now, if you haven't watched my video on fall winter fashion trends, I would highly recommend. Shameless self-plug, I will insert above. Okay, it's a really good video. But one thing that is very important that I did not mention in that video is that there are trends that are just simply not worth the money. Not worth your investment, not worth your closet space, because I don't know about you, but I live in a city, okay? It's slim pickings for closet space. So these are the trends that I think will come and go, trends that are impractical, not worth your money, and in 5 years time I think we'll look back on and be like, what on earth were we thinking? Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Sabrina and I talk a lot about luxury fashion to more affordable fashion, but today I'm going to be speaking to you about trends that are just simply not worth your money. A little disclaimer, you know, so people don't come for me. If you do like these trends, do not listen to me, okay? Buy what you want to buy, wear what you want to wear, and I hope at this point in my channel you understand that. If you love it, you wear it. Do not listen to me. Trend number one, these rugby polo collared shirts, however you want to go about it. Those striped collared shirts. Now these shirts have been around since last fall winter, and you know what? A striped shirt is never going to go out of style. Now I like to think that I have an eye for trends and when they're going to come and go. Like I definitely can see a trend and be like, yeah, that's not going to last, or a trend that I think is more a timeless trend that I think is worthy of investing in. This is just a trend that you can absolutely get for cheap, but just because you can get it cheap doesn't mean that it's worthy of buying. This, I just think, save your money and go for a simple striped shirt that you'll have in your wardrobe for years. Just a simple classic striped shirt. I almost look at this rugby shirt and I think of the entire outfit. Like I can see it now. The mini skirt, the Miu Miu little flats, the Miu Miu bag. I can see the whole outfit now. But the fact that I can think of this piece and think of an outfit that so many people have worn on social media just goes to show you that this is a top that is definitely not going to last. Also, I have seen some of these shirts sell for like $1,000. $1,000. Even 200 is pushing it for this. The boat shoe is back. The Sperry's are back. Even if you don't live in Montauk, okay, not the Hamptons, you don't even live near a body of water, get your boat shoes out, okay, because they're hot and trendy again, dare I say. Oh my god. But I bring these up because there has been a collaboration between Aritzia and Sperry's. Sperry's, I feel like, are the famous company or brand behind such boat shoes, but Sperry's and Aritzia are not the only ones creating these shoes. In fact, I think they're actually probably the more affordable version of this shoe, because you look at Miu Miu, and Miu Miu has this boat shoe very flat to the ground, as all boat shoes are, but at a much higher price point, as Miu Miu does. Do I see these boat shoes performing very well at Miu Miu? Absolutely yes. I mean, Miu Miu is one of the hottest brands and has been over the past 2 years. List index insert here. And while I think boat shoes are definitely going to have its moment because Miu Miu, everyone's crazed about that, this collab with Aritzia is a great alternative if you want to buy something more affordable. While I can see the hype, we're gonna see this come and go. I mean, we have seen this come and go, like all trends. And I think this is a trend to buy if you love it, but if you're just simply buying this trend just to fit in, I would say absolutely forego. Do not even waste your money on this. The vanity bag. Not just any vanity bag, the tiny vanity bags. Now last year at Fashion Month we saw a lot of these vanity bags being shown down the runways, and I think we're gonna actually see a lot more vanity bags being pushed out over the next couple months, because simply put, vanity bags often fall in the small leather goods range, which are typically at a much lower price point. And because of the climate that we now live in, and because luxury goods are completely out of their mind right now, people are going to resort to vanity bags or lower priced bags that they can use on a day-to-day basis, such as vanity bags. Take for example the Louis Vuitton cosmetic bag. Everybody loved that bag. I still love that bag, but that's not actually a bag. It's a cosmetic bag that people eventually started using as a handbag or more of a clutch. And then Louis Vuitton was not happy about that. They were not happy that people were spending what, $800 on a bag when they can actually be spending $3,000, $2,000 on a actual handbag. They were not liking the fact that people were DIYing their stuff, let's just say. But I think it's interesting to note that now we're living in a time where brands really need to fight for our attention. Brands really need to get us buying stuff, and especially right now when we're not buying stuff. I think vanity bags are going to become a very big trend because they're a way for brands to one, get you in the door, two, get you spending, and three, you're still buying a handbag, but at a much lower ticket price. So that's what brands want. They want you to buy the vanity bag, but I would actually encourage against that. Not all vanity bags, let me get into it. I'm a big fan of Victoria Beckham. She is one of my style icons. And in her fall winter 2025 show, there was a model that walked down with this very skinny vanity bag. Very different from the chunky vanity bags that, you know, actually store things inside, which is where my argument comes into play. I think if you were to buy a vanity bag that actually has use to it, like the Chanel vanity bags where you can actually put stuff into it, as opposed to a very unpractical vanity bag like the Victoria Beckham. While the Victoria Beckham vanity bag is probably likely still a little bit practical, I mean, you can put lip gloss, your cards, maybe a key. And this vanity bag just looks so impractical to me that it's almost not even worth the investment. And there's also like a Celine vanity bag where it's just so micro tiny. So I think if you're going to go down the road of a vanity bag, make sure that there is some sort of practicality to it. And I say some sort because, again, it's going to be a small bag, but pay close attention to what you can actually fit in there, how it opens, what is the mechanism, because sometimes the way that it opens is so impractical that you can't fit anything inside. And a lot of these vanity bags go for $2K, $3K, i.e. the cost of what a handbag used to be. How sad is that? Just because you were spending the same amount that you once did doesn't mean that you should compromise on the size and the practicality of it. So consider that before you go and buy these vanity bags, because brands are going to shell out all these vanity bags at us at a lower price point. Just because they're more affordable does not mean that they are a good purchase. Now, in my previous fall fashion video, I spoke a lot about faux fur being a very big trend, but not just simply put faux fur jackets or coats, but more so fur accents like keychains. I spoke about a faux fur bra top, even faux fur shoes. And that is what I'm gonna speak to you about, because I think, one, faux fur should not be anywhere near the foot. Because if you live in a cold climate like me, where we do have, you know, rain, slush, hail, what else is there from the sky, you know, stuff like that, your shoe is gonna get wet. And I don't know about you, but fur, or I guess faux fur, when it's wet is just, it's not pleasant, it's not cute, it's not fun, it's mushy. It's not like there's enough fur on there to keep your foot warm, that's for sure. Okay, save it for the sock. The only fur on a shoe should be inside a boot, like inside the boot, not external to the world. There should never be a time where the fur touches the grass. No. And I bring this up because I came across a new ballerina flat, which God knows why a ballerina flat should have fur on it. Not like that's keeping your foot warm, that's for sure. And knowing that fur is going to be such a popular trend in the fall winter months, we are going to see a lot of these fur shoes. There's also this Bottega Veneta heel, I think it was. I mean, one step outside and you're donezo. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be walking around down the streets with these very dirty fur heels. So unless you have the money to shell out for a one-time use, okay, by all means go for it. But the cost per wear is gonna be very, very, very high. But honestly, if that's for you, go off, sis. You know what? Live your best life in your fur shoes. And the last trend that I think is absolutely not worth your time, a trend that we've honestly been seeing for quite some time now, the slippers. The slippers. The hotel slippers that they have just simply put in a leather version of it, called it a day, and called it a shoe. That is not a shoe, that is a hotel slipper. The Alberto Ferretti runway show had these slippers. The Row has these slippers. Actually, when I think of these slippers, I really think of the Row. But I think one thing we really have to consider here is that we are entering fall winter. And I get that these are great shoes for maybe like, you know, street to car, car to street type of vibe. Not necessarily walking down the city streets when it's cold outside. And you know what? It's not meant to be a winter shoe when there's like snow on the ground. More of a fall shoe. But even then, fall is a little bit brisky, chilly sometimes. So something like a slipper I don't think is worth your money at all. It's not practical. But again, based on everything that I mentioned in this video, you really have to take into account your lifestyle, where you live and your climate. You could live in a hot climate where slippers are totally appropriate, okay? If so, love that for you. You wear those slippers. But I think for the average person that is curating their wardrobe or really trying to invest in pieces that they're going to wear multiple years from now, I don't think a slipper is necessarily the best item to purchase. Let me know in the comments down below if you are excited about these trends or if you are totally not for these trends. I would love to know. Let me know your thoughts. And thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in next Sunday's video. Bye guys.